a life forged in service, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to his country. These are the early years of Douglas MacArthur, a man whose legacy would be etched into the annals of history. Douglas MacArthur was born on January 26, 1880, in Little Rock, Arkansas, and he would go on to become one of the most celebrated and controversial military figures in American history. His life was deeply interwoven with the tumultuous events of the 20th century, a period marked by global conflicts and rapid changes. MacArthur's influence left an indelible mark on the course of global affairs, shaping the destiny of nations through his strategic brilliance and unwavering resolve. From the harrowing battlefields of World War I, where he demonstrated exceptional leadership and bravery, to the reconstruction of Japan after World War II, where his vision helped rebuild a nation from the ashes of war, MacArthur's strategic acumen and steadfast determination were instrumental in shaping the post-war world order. MacArthur's journey began on an army post in Arkansas, a place that would lay the foundation for his future endeavors. Born into a family steeped in military tradition, young Douglas was surrounded by the values of duty, honor, and country from an early age. His father, Arthur MacArthur Jr., was a decorated Civil War hero, whose valor and leadership earned him the Medal of Honor. Arthur MacArthur Jr. later rose to the rank of Lieutenant General in the U.S. Army, setting a high standard for his son to follow. Growing up on various military posts across the country, young Douglas was imbued with a deep sense of duty and patriotism, values that would guide him throughout his life. He excelled academically, attending the West Texas Military Academy, where he demonstrated not only intellectual prowess, but also leadership potential. Later he graduated top of his class from the prestigious West Point Academy in 1903, a testament to his dedication and hard work. MacArthur's early military career showcased his exceptional abilities as he quickly rose through the ranks. He served as an engineer in the Philippines, where he was involved in significant infrastructure projects that were crucial for the region's development. Additionally, he served as an aide to his father, gaining invaluable experience and insights into military operations and leadership. This period of his life provided him with a wealth of knowledge in both peacetime and combat operations, shaping his strategic thinking and leadership style. His sharp intellect and natural leadership qualities quickly became apparent to his superiors, marking him as an officer destined for greatness. Throughout his early years, Douglas MacArthur's journey was characterized by a relentless pursuit of excellence, a deep sense of duty, and an unwavering commitment to his country. These qualities would define his illustrious career and leave a lasting legacy on the world stage. Echoes of Valor MacArthur in the trenches of World War I. The story of General Douglas MacArthur's service during the First World War is one of bravery, leadership, and an unyielding commitment to his men and his mission. The outbreak of World War I in 1914 presented MacArthur with the opportunity to prove himself on the global stage. As nations across the globe were drawn into the conflict, MacArthur saw a chance to demonstrate his military prowess and strategic insight. He served with distinction on the Western Front, participating in some of the war's most brutal battles. The Western Front was a theater of war that tested the limits of human endurance and tactical ingenuity, and MacArthur rose to the occasion time and again. Leading the 42nd Rainbow Division, MacArthur displayed remarkable courage and tactical acumen. The division, composed of National Guard units from across the United States, became known for its fighting spirit and resilience under MacArthur's leadership. He earned a reputation for leading from the front, often exposing himself to enemy fire alongside his men. This hands-on approach not only inspired his troops but also demonstrated his unwavering commitment to their welfare and success. MacArthur's bravery in the trenches earned him numerous decorations, including the Distinguished Service Cross, the Silver Star, and 7 Purple Hearts. Each of these awards was a testament to his valor and the high regard in which he was held by his peers and superiors. He was twice wounded in action, yet his resolve never wavered. Despite the physical and emotional toll of his injuries, MacArthur continued to lead with determination and an unbreakable spirit. His experiences in World War I solidified his belief in the importance of decisive leadership and the need for unwavering commitment in the face of adversity. The lessons he learned on the battlefields of Europe would stay with him for the rest of his life, shaping his approach to military strategy and leadership. By the war's end, MacArthur had risen to the rank of Brigadier General. This promotion was a recognition of his exceptional service and the impact he had made during the conflict. He had witnessed firsthand the horrors of modern warfare and emerged from the conflict with a deep understanding of the strategic and human costs of global conflict. The devastation he saw, and the sacrifices made by so many, left an indelible mark on him. These experiences would profoundly shape his approach to leadership in the decades to come. MacArthur's time in the trenches of World War I was not just a chapter in his military career, it was a crucible that forged the leader he would become, influencing his decisions and actions in the years that followed. Pacific Crucible: MacArthur's strategic brilliance in World War II. The outbreak of World War II in 1939 once again called MacArthur into service. Appointed commander of U.S. Army forces in the Far East, he faced the daunting task of defending the Philippines against the advancing Japanese military. Despite being heavily outnumbered and outgunned, MacArthur orchestrated a valiant defense of the islands. His strategic brilliance was evident in his ability to maximize limited resources and inspire his troops to fight against overwhelming odds. Forced to retreat to Corregidor Island, MacArthur and his forces held out against relentless Japanese attacks. However, with the situation becoming increasingly dire, President Franklin D. Roosevelt ordered MacArthur to evacuate to Australia. His famous words, "I shall return," echoed his unwavering commitment to liberating the Philippines from Japanese occupation. From his new headquarters in Australia, MacArthur devised a bold strategy to roll back Japanese forces in the Pacific. His island-hopping campaign involved bypassing heavily fortified Japanese strongholds and focusing on capturing strategically important islands. This approach allowed Allied forces to advance more quickly and with fewer casualties. MacArthur's leadership during the Pacific War was marked by both strategic ingenuity and unwavering determination. He oversaw major victories in New Guinea, the Solomon Islands, and the Philippines. True to his word, MacArthur returned to the Philippines in October 1944, wading ashore at Leyte Gulf in a moment that became an iconic symbol of American resolve. The liberation of the Philippines was a testament to MacArthur's strategic vision and the courage of the troops under his command. He had achieved what many thought impossible, driving back the Japanese and fulfilling his promise to return. In the aftermath of World War II, General Douglas MacArthur played a pivotal role in the reconstruction of Japan. He was tasked with overseeing the country's demilitarization and the establishment of a democratic government. MacArthur's efforts in Japan were instrumental in transforming the nation from a war-torn empire into a peaceful and prosperous democracy. His leadership during this period earned him significant respect and admiration both in Japan and internationally. However, the outbreak of the Korean War in 1950 thrust him back into the role of battlefield commander. Appointed commander of United Nations forces in Korea, MacArthur initially achieved stunning success against the North Korean army. His daring amphibious landing at Incheon turned the tide of the war, pushing North Korean forces back across the 38th parallel. However, MacArthur's subsequent push toward the Yalu River, the border with China, provoked a massive Chinese intervention. MacArthur's aggressive pursuit of victory in Korea brought him into direct conflict with President Harry S. Truman. MacArthur advocated for expanding the war into China, including the use of nuclear weapons. This bold stance was seen as too risky by many in Washington, who feared it could escalate into a broader conflict with the Soviet Union and potentially ignite World War III. President Truman, on the other hand, sought a more measured approach, aiming for a negotiated settlement to avoid further escalation. The clash between these two strong-willed leaders would have far-reaching consequences. Truman's decision to relieve MacArthur of his command in April 1951 was one of the most controversial decisions of his presidency. It sparked a fierce debate over civilian control of the military and the limits of military authority. The legacy of their conflict continues to be studied and debated by historians and military strategists to this day.